It all started in 2019 when the Cowichan Tribes decided to go to court to fight for their traditional territory. And in August of 2025, a British Columbia Supreme Court judge ruled that the Cowichan Tribes have Aboriginal title over this 5.7-kilometer piece of land. It's along the Fraser River in Richmond. The area was once the summer village of Cowichan, a place of great importance to the Cowichan people.
Well, I've been up here most of my life, since I was 14.
Robert Morales is a lawyer and chief negotiator for the Hul'qumi'num Treaty Group. Although he wasn't a part of this court case, he has done extensive research and listened to oral history on the village of Cowichan.
The elders would go together, bulrushes, they would go together different species of fish. They would dry them and bring them back for winter. They would go and gather mountain goat wool for making blankets and things like that. So as I say, there were resources there that weren't available here, and so it was a natural part of the rounds that they made in terms of their traditional territory and how they made use of it.
Now, the court's decision to grant Aboriginal title to the Cowichan is being appealed by the city of Richmond, the province, and the Musqueam Indian Band, who also claimed the area as their territory.
We respect the decision of Cowichan Nation to go to court to seek clarification. They were seeking a resolution with government for more than 30 years, and I understand why they decided to go to court. And at the same time, we have obligations both, I believe, to the Cowichan people about the injustice that was done to them, and also to private property owners in the province to provide clarity to them. We believe that the judge made some very serious errors in relation to the private property owners in Richmond, including the fact that they weren't even notified.
Landowners are scared, confused, and angry that the city of Richmond didn't tell them about this land claim. There are fears that the Cowichan tribe will kick them out of their homes now that they have title to the area. At this recent town hall meeting, homeowners had a chance to ask Mayor Malcolm Brodie some questions.
I'm asking you. You're the mayor. You're supposed to know everything that's going on in Richmond. I pay my taxes to you. Why did you not reach out to us? Why did you not send a letter? You send me a letter telling me there's going to be a hearing at City Hall, okay, with no real details. It's supposed to be information. Tonight, I've gotten zero information aside from what's on this little piece of paper, which is on the website already. So why didn't you reach out to us earlier?
Do the lawyers want to address that one?
Yes.
No, cool it, guys.
We also asked Mayor Brodie some questions after the town hall meeting. Your feet were held to the fire tonight, wondering about what you think about the homeowners asking why they weren't notified in 2014.
Yeah, well, you heard the answers. We've been working very hard on this case. We have gone through over 500 days of court hearings. We waited for the decision for 2 years before that. Application was made to have the plaintiffs give notice to the landowners. The court said it wasn't necessary, and so here we are.
The Cowichan Tribes have been advised by legal counsel to not discuss the matter, but recently released this statement saying they were not going to be taking private homeowners' land. The Cowichan Nation's court case regarding their settlement lands at Cowichan and Richmond has not and does not challenge the effectiveness or validity of any title held by any individual private landowners. The ruling does not erase private property. However, Hereditary Chief Shanna Thomas from the Cowichan First Nation spoke about the issue at a recent news conference in Vancouver.
This decision has really highlighted, I hope, for Canada and British Columbia, the need to invigorate the BC treaty process and the need to advance that process to conclude more agreements, because that is how we get certainty. That is how First Nations get constitutional protection.
Go back outside. There you go. Angela Smith owns this condo that she rents out within the affected zone of the land claim. She is very concerned and only found out about this decision 3 weeks ago. She also attended the town hall hoping for answers.
Did they offer any more information that we already had? Not really, just basically that it's all going to court and they're going to try to make it work out, but it could be a long time, 4 to 5 years to minimum.
And back in Duncan, BC on Vancouver Island, the home of the Cowichan Nation, Steve Sweetzel is a member. He says there are other nations also involved in this decision.
It's the Cowichan group, which is several different First Nations that are part of this Cowichan decision: Penalakut, Liaxin, Halalt, and Cowichan. So they're all part of this case. So for me, having some knowledge of the treaty process working back in the 90s for the Halkidiki Treaty Group, I was apprised and understood what was happening back then when this was being brought forward and virtually nothing was happening. So it's fascinating to watch how it's gotten to this point.
The decision is now being appealed, but tensions are still high for the homeowners, despite reassurance from the Cowichan Tribes that they will not be taking over their homes. Tina House, APTN National News, Duncan.